with an even number could get gas like Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Odd numbers were Tuesday, Thursday, Saturday. The world economy went belly up, and they go, oh, maybe we should sell oil again. Yes, ma'am.
Didn't they just sell for higher prices though?
Crazy higher. Well, they shut off supply to the west and sold it higher in other places, which even jacked it up even higher. So we started kicking in our oil reserves. The Alaskan pipeline started producing more. So it was a combination of both. It just scared the crap out of the entire world. This is not working. It's about to collapse. So the European Union, everyone made fun of the British not converting, using the pound. Way to stay strong, fellas. The European Union is a way, if you watch the old Cold War movies, like Bridge of Spies, where you had to pay a toll and a fee to leave France and go into Germany, or Germany into Austria, or Austria into Italy. It cost a lot of money. It slowed like vehicular and train traffic. So the European countries became like a mini United States where you could freely move in between any European country as long as you were a member country to help unify the economies of Western Europe. It's not working. Nafta, Donald Trump really likes this one. The North American Free Trade Agreement did the same thing between Canada, the United States, and Mexico. So American raw materials will be sold to Mexico, who will make it into a finished product and sell it back to the United States. It's where we get the idea of outsourcing a lot. Anybody see Ocean's 13? It's one of the weird, Danny, okay. So they were complaining in a Mexican factory making like dice for like board games and gambling games, and they were resisting for, they were on strike, and they call back, well, what are they on strike for? Well, they're on strike for they want $3.64 more cents per day, and they go per person. They go, no, for every worker in the factory. It was like 12 cents. It was like a minimum. It was like whatever. Just give them a dime and they'll shut up. And the point of that example is it's how cheap labor is other places than in the United States. I got carried away with the Ocean's 13 thing. Does that make sense though? Like, they didn't want $3 a person more per day. They wanted $3 distributed between everybody in the entire factory. So, 300 cents. Then there's the World Trade Organization, which tries desperately to organize world trade, and it is failing kind of badly. All right, so take a few minutes break. I'm going to call up this other PowerPoint here in a second. And then it's just got a lot of pictures that'll put a lot more of this into practical reality. And why did I just shut that off? And then you guys will be done.
So how long do you say this take?
This will take about 10, 15 minutes maybe.
Dude, are you okay? Are you about to pass out? Are those jeans like constricting your blood flow? Yeah. Are those jeans restricting your blood flow? Like, are you about to pass out? Oh, okay. There's nothing to constrict up there, so it's okay.
You can get like a lens and walk around your finger and just be like,
Oh, yeah. I hate people do that. And then like wear it out of my pocket.
yeah, wear like the out of your pocket and just go around like find it and like keep your eyes open and like twitch your hair like visualize.
You guys are actually
What's going on?
Anals.
He's worked very hard. He talks in the mirror at night.
You heard the way my dad talks now. I mean, as soon as he, I'm sure, was in here, he left a new one.
Bam, it's like gone. So if you drink enough Bojangles sweet tea, it washes away any, you've been from like Boston or New York, and bam, it's gone. Except for Californian accent, because they don't even make sense. Like, hey, big surf, like surfer guys, somebody cares about. Except great whites. Alright, so this is a guy, another AP World History teacher. He did quick stuff. I was just kind of flipping through it last period. So your major trade routes, all right, we know we're going to link Africa, Europe, and Asia. It's the Silk Road, the Indian Ocean, the Trans-Sahara trade route. Most big civilizations have to be interconnected. Why, Will? What is traded on these trade routes? What did you say earlier?
Cultural diffusion.
Cultural diffusion. Bam. What does it say here, Will?
Vegas?
Cultural diffusion took place. So here are the big trade routes. They always say they're going to ask one about purple. It's the Pacific, like Samoans trading. It's called Oceania. I have never seen a question on Oceania. Like, we're trading coconuts and pineapples on outriggers. I don't know which. Ask Jared Diamond. I don't really know. Yeah. All right. So we know the Indian Ocean trade routes. There it is. This is what I want you to see. All right. The trade in the Indian Ocean early on, as we know, was made possible by the ships. But early on, it's only possible by the monsoon winds. You've got to have the wind at your back to propel you. Later on, the Lateen Sail is made. And the Lateen Sail allows you to swivel it and allows you to curve the wind around in a way to form a wind tunnel where you can actually sail into the wind, and the wind will shoot around your sail and actually push you forward. It is the long triangular shaped sail. That allows people to go against the wind. That's big. So that is on the Indian Ocean. The Lateen Sail shows up early on in Indian Ocean trade. Think Han Dynasty. Everybody got that? I'm going to master the monsoons, told you that. Now, the Chinese junk will really open up Indian Ocean trade, because now we have the more advanced sails. These are the ones that articulate, kind of like the Chinese fan or the Venetian blind. This guy says, by raising and lowering the sail can help keep you stable, and when there's less wind, you let all of the sail out, and high wind, you shrink it together. It gives the ship more stability, along with this little fancy thing. This is the stern post rudder. You now can have a guy on the deck of the ship with an old captain's steering wheel to help stabilize the ship. It allows you to carry more cargo, to keep the ship balanced, and you can go longer distances because of the stability. All right. Yes, yes? That's good? All right. The Arab dhow, all right, is going to be the Arab modification to the Chinese junk. And instead of the square sails, they keep using those triangular ones. This is what Muslim merchants used with Africa and Asia until the Portuguese showed up. These were sturdy, they are reliable, and easy to maneuver. As they zip back and forth the Indian Ocean between Africa and the Middle East. These look a lot like Spanish galleons. The Europeans will kind of build on the same technology with their navigational instruments. All right. And that's where those are used. We're going to skip that. Where we go? We're going to skip this. I'm going way too fast, but anyway. Silk Road, where's the Trans-Sahara trade routes? Ah, yes, there we go. Here are the camels. Things that are going to block trade over time: bad weather, floods, natural disasters, and thieves and bandits. So that's why when we're trading, most of the things that are going to, when big trading takes place, is in a safe area with a large major world empire to keep you safe, like the one going across Asia into Africa. And I swear I had a picture of a camel here. I'm going way too fast because we already did this, so don't worry about it. Anyway, here's what the Silk Road does. This is going to be our last slide. We got cultural diffusion. Big thing is it allows empires to expand by controlling what they sold. The big thing, trading is going to improve not only navigation, but transportation, whether it's overland routes with hotels and water wells and good roads and bridges. It's also going to lead to the development of sea routes, especially from the 1400s onward. You cut out the middleman by going right to the source and getting goods cheaply and coming back and making a profit. Plus, on the water, you're pretty much safe. So you guys got that? Not really? No? Oh. I think you guys are writing it all down.
That's not all of it. It's kind of paraphrased.
Yeah. This one's not very exciting. Like, it sounds exciting, but it's, trading is,
Yeah, if I was sometime in history, I'd be a trader. That'd be fun.
I would totally be a merchant. I mean, that's kind of the way to go. Unless you were in China.
Well, let's go away. Well, yeah, okay, fine.
And if you guys want, you can just simply Google probably a trade route thing. Do you guys have any other questions for me? Like a trade route you don't know much about? The question you have, Jack?
So I was like looking at practice, like essay prompts, and it's about like changes and continuities in the Silk Road.
Yes.
And I didn't really know what the changes would be.
Changes were the length of the Silk Road and like the products transmitted. So early on, you know, it was like silk and like, you know, metalwork and religion. And then it picked up with gold, it picked up spices, and then also traveling on the Indian Ocean would be another change, because there was the water route and the land route. Yes, ma'am.
So when I was looking up stuff about African trade, like it mentioned a lot of things about like the camel saddle, but like why was that important?
The camel saddle was important because it allowed you, the camel saddle allowed you to put balanced cargo on the back of the camel. So you kind of didn't really ride it, but it was like a place to stow your gear. Think of like a car top carrier. All right. Ryan and then Iris.
When Rome fell, did the Silk Road like kind of disconnect with Western Europe?
For a while, yes. It kept going over to the Byzantine Empire, so it stopped here. It stopped going into Europe. It's cut off from 476 until the Crusades. Iris. Continuity of the Silk Road was the constant spreading of material and ideas.
So like a continuity, like.
Cultural fusion, then you walk it out from like India to the Middle East, and there was and then silk, always. And I would say concentrating and the sharing of ideas along the Silk Road. Avery and then Yasmin.
So would it make any difference if you came up with multiple continuities or just one, like this and that?
You come up, more is always better. All right, more is always better. What's next?
So, what was the furthest the Silk Road ever like extended into West Africa?
Silk Road into Western Europe, all the way to Spain. Yeah.
What if you're like running out of time whenever you're doing like fancy or something, and you have like an idea of what you want to say, but you don't think you have enough time to write it?
Write as much of it as you can. Just blast it out. Yes, ma'am. It was the ocean part of the Silk Road. So they run parallel, and the Silk Road is a misnomer. It's Silk Roads. Some people traveled over land, but remember, Indian Ocean early on was only half the year because you had to go with the monsoon wind. So it made it quicker for that half the year, but the overland route was steady and it was reliable. Okay. Anything else? Oh, there's the camel. That's what I want. That stupid thing. That is the mouth of a. Anybody want to give him a kiss? No. And their breath smells bad and they spit. But that is. A camel is very often overlooked as it's important. Caravan, it only took 3 months to cross the width of Africa. That is extremely fast. Camels, well, nobody's listening, are more durable than horses or donkeys. So anyway, tonight your job is to think of any last-minute questions. Tomorrow I'm going over the other 2 rubrics and examples of elaboration. So if you have questions, have them written out, because when I start talking, I'm not going to stop until I get those essay prompts hammered into you. Ryan.
There's no after school thing tomorrow, is there?
No, tomorrow after school, you can come in and talk to me if you have like last minute questions, but I want your feet up tomorrow. You rest and you relax. But if you're panicked and you want to come in and like throw some ideas or write stuff on the board, we can do that. Hit stop for me, please. Somebody over there. Yes, sir.
Do you think that studying for 8 hours tonight would make us at this point?
No. I think, yeah,